There's another factor that's made it very hard in the last 2 years, which is the sheer prevalence of COVID-19 related media coverage. So it used to be that the topics discussed in the media were relatively diverse. Now, COVID is
Everything's about it.
of the newspaper, and it's right through people's social feeds. It's really clogging the media landscape. And it's more difficult than ever to get cut through with stories that don't relate to the pandemic. Now, that will change. It's not going to be here forever, but that's been really interesting. But also what I've found as a result of COVID-19 and as a regional university, because my role is national, I deal with metropolitan media as well as regional media. We've seen actually a downsizing of regional media. So 3 years ago, pretty much every major town in Queensland had their own daily newspaper, multiple radio stations with their own announcers or newsreaders in that town, and TV stations with their own reporting team in those towns. What we've seen from 2020 onwards is actually a lot of those newspapers have gone online only. So from what used to be a daily print edition, it's now an online only publication. We've seen a lot of those offices shut down and journalists actually working from home without an office and the resources that go with that. We've seen TV stations take reporters out of some of those major towns and cities. And so what that means is we're losing outlets. So it's not just about getting cut through in the existing media landscape. It's also the media landscape itself is shrinking a little bit. Sometimes that's to do with cost consolidation and things like that. Certainly it's financial, but there are other elements as well. I think there's a view that if you can produce content centrally out of Brisbane or Sydney, then you can scale that content to sort of publish in regional outlets. I'm not really sure what all the mechanics are, but what it's meant is we have less outlets through which to publish, and that has pushed us more to become a media company unto ourselves.
If you like this video, hit subscribe. You can listen to the full podcast in YouTube, Anchor, Apple Podcasts and Spotify.